Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're based out of. This is the first challenge of Are You Smarter Than a Jira Admin quiz series. I have with me King Bob Robert Wen. Bob, how are you feeling?
I'm doing well. This is actually kind of an interesting position. For once, I'm not in the hot seat. It's all of you.
Yes, that's true. That's true. After 2 years, you're the person who's actually going to make other people sweat and not sweat yourself. But super excited for this. Thank you, everybody who has joined in. We have some around 40 people right now. We'll wait for a couple more minutes and talk a little bit about what the series is, what you can expect, and what is this entire phenomenon that we've created called "Are You Smarter Than a Jira Admin?" Since you RSVP'd and are here, you might have already known about QuizWiz. We've been doing that series of events for almost 2 years. This year we had the ability and like the support from the Atlassian ecosystem, from Atlassian community, university, and the creator program to expand this universe. And now we have amazing new series coming with amazing new presenters as well. So I'm super excited. And yeah, with that, I see Bob, uh, our own version of Jira Amigos have started popping up in the comment section. I cannot use the word officially Jira Amigos, but our own version of Jira Amigos. Maybe we can say that.
I, I'm as king and producer. I give you special dispensation. I'll allow it.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Welcome everybody once again. Thank you for joining in. Let's move on. Let's see what today is going to be all about. While we wait for other people to join in, if you've scanned the QR code, please start putting in where you're joining us from, so that we can actually see uh, all the amazing people who've joined us on your phone. Scan the QR code, and yeah, where are you joining us from? I'm hopeful that we'll have people from across the continents and not just North America and India. Oh, we've got Europe popping up as well.
Well, John
We'll keep
Funk
this
should be
slide
putting
up
his,
for a minute.
John Funk should be putting his Dubai pin there. So.
Yeah. All right. We've got Australia representation in there as well. Joanna, thank you. Thank you for joining in. We've got Europe, North America. Nobody from South America yet. Okay, but that's fine. Maybe people are traveling. Is it too early, Bob? No, right?
No, because South America is a little more eastern. It's almost I'd say it's almost lunchtime in certain
Ooh,
parts, especially like Brazil.
nice. Awesome. This is great to see, guys. Thank you for joining in. And if you're just joining in, we are just asking people to share with us where are they based out of. In a minute, we'll jump into the actual quiz, and before we start with the questions, we'll tell you about the series, what is up for stakes, and yeah, John Funk. Yeah, you probably got it right. I think might be a tricky area in terms of map to find and point it out. We've got somebody who's on the outskirts of Africa or somewhere in the ocean as well. So that's all right.
That's okay.
That's okay.
As
Awesome.
well notes, it's a bit small if you're on the mobile.
Oh yeah, good point. Good point. Next time we'll have a bigger map. We'll cut out the Pacific Ocean and the Antarctica. Hopefully we won't have much participation from there, at least today. Oh, we can't zoom in on the map. Yeah. Okay, got it. All right, thank you for sharing where you are joining us from. We've got 60 people right now on. So let's start talking about what this series is. It's basically a gamified way for you to step up your Jira game. It assists you in prepping for your ACPs. It's been vetted by Atlassian University. Representing Atlassian University, we also have Joanna here. Thank you, Joanna, for all the help that you've supported when we came to you with this crazy idea. We are so excited to have the reasoning slides along with the questions, because we've put Atlassian questions in QuizWiz as well, the generic trivia tournament, but we've never had why. And that's one reason which we are hoping that can help not just admins, but beginners as well. And of course, you earn swags, you earn freebies. And because of course that is important. What this series is not is a shortcut to pass ACP, but you still have to study, you still have to prepare, and most importantly, as I think all of us at all times say, you will have to practice, right? So that's what, and that's how you can prep. You can go to these resources. You can go to university.atlassian.com. You can go to ace.atlassian.com/live learning, where amazing creators run programs every couple of days actually. And of course, community.atlassian.com, the mothership of every information that you might need. And as I think we've heard Rodney say, every stream at least once, if you got to play in Jira, you got to create your own instance and play around.
Yes, definitely.
Any other tips for people to prep, as somebody who has helped Alex a lot, Bob?
Those are definitely good sources. I would also recommend a lot of other helpful tutorials. Some of the people that are responsible for live learning have their own YouTube channels, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Alex, who does live learning for Jira and Jira administration, he has his own YouTube channel, Ape Tech Tutorials. Robert Heen, who does a lot of the Confluence admin, has his YouTube channel. So those YouTube channels are really, really good sources for learning that will lead up to mastery for ACPs and ACAs.
100%. Yeah, thank you for that.
And also, Funman also suggests one more, and that is part of live learning, and also the Jimmy Talks Jira YouTube channel, because community leader Jimmy Seddon is really dives into certifications and has a wealth of material on how to study for individual certifications.
Yes, definitely. Awesome. All right. We also have a Mary here, and who's mentioned that for those exams that have courses, be sure to review the sample questions. And that's what we are trying to do as well. This course or this series will try to help you be a step closer to what your actual experience in doing an ACP exam might be. All right, let's move on. Before we begin, the next slide, again, if you've not done it yet, it'll ask you to put in a name. We'll ask you that you put your real name, or at least take a screenshot when you're putting your any fun name, whatever you want. Because at the end of the quiz, when the leaderboard shows up, you would want to claim that this was me, and you don't want anybody else to take that, that fun name that you might have put in. Fun might be a copyright right now, but any other name that you might put in. So yeah, do that. And this is, if you've not done it yet, please scan this QR code. This is where we'll begin. I think on time, Bob, somewhere around like 1 more minute we can give people, and then we can begin.
Yep, I think we have. Am I allowed to say how many questions it's going to be? All right.
Yes.
15 questions in this episode. Are you smarter than a Jira admin? So, and to get it all done by the top of the hour, we're going to have to move pretty quickly. So,
yes. So we'll do that. The good thing is we are going to put this stream on YouTube, and I'm hopeful you're joining us from YouTube only. And this will be there, so you can go back and always see those answers. We are going to put this on the Atlassian community as a post as well. So you'll see the questions, you'll see the reasoning slides in there as well. All right, let's begin. Let's do this. Let's actually start asking some questions. So the moment we put up the next question slide, you'll see the question, and if you might have to scroll down on your phone to actually see some of the answers that you might have to select. Once you select the answer, it gets submitted. The faster you submit the answer, the more points you get. But being fast is not the ultimate aim. Make sure you give the correct answer, because that's what being a Jira admin as well is all about. Sometimes people will ask you, hey, make this quick change. Don't give into that temptation. Read the question correctly, read all the answers, and then give the and then give the answer.
Right. So, quick question: if to join in, don't forget it's the QR code right there. Part of it is obscured. You can also join in on your desktop. Use https://menti.com, and then when you get onto that screen, it is code 19017083.
Yeah, we can put that code maybe in the chat as well. Oh, Andy has already put that in the chat as well for the Menti code. Perfect. Let's see, we've got 55 players ready, 57, 58. We'll give a couple more seconds for more people to join in. And as we join in, as we play along, we've got ability for more people to join in as well. So you can. All right, 60 players are now ready. 61. All right, last couple of seconds, and then we'll begin. All right, I think we can get started with the first question. People will still join in. Let's jump to the series and see the first question of Are You Smarter Than a Jira Admin? The question is, what is a Jira workflow? Set of rules that automatically update issue status, the path an issue takes from creation to completion, a feature to track resolution time, or a process for tracking team attendance. What is a Jira workflow? We've got 42 answers and 44. 48. All right, 6 seconds remain. 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. All right, the path an issue takes from creation to completion. That is right. Got just 5 people who said set of rules that automatically update the issue as well. Let's see why that is not the right answer.
My answer wasn't in there, the bane of my existence. So,
Every Jira admin's existence, I would say. But yeah, but the reasoning slide actually tells you why B option was correct, why that is the workflow, and why Jira automation is what provides the automatic updates of issue status or assignments. Sean, there are no trick soccer questions. We'll keep that for Quiz Whiz. All right, so that was the first question. Softball. Let's go with the question number 2.
All right, we got 66 players that are ready to go.
Go ahead.
What is the benefit of Jira filters? To change the appearance of the user interface, to review user permissions in a project, to find issues based on specific criteria, or to create new projects from a template.
All right, 60 people have already answered. What is the benefit of a Jira filter? Let's see what the answer is. Looks like people got the answer right, Todd.
Yeah, it looks like we've got some smart Jira admins there, and maybe even a smart Trello admin too.
That's right. All right, let's look at the reasoning slide. That is correct, since most of you got the question right. We will skip the details on the reasoning slide, but as we said, we'll put all of this information out there for all of you to read afterwards as well. Let's look at the third question. Right, 66 players ready. Let's go.
All right.
The question is, what is the purpose of a Kanban board? Other than to plan vacations and everything, to create a project timeline, to display project files, to host virtual meetings, or to visualize work in progress. What is the purpose of a Kanban board? Bob, what do you use Kanban board for?
Well, when I think of Kanban boards, I do kind of think Trello, and that is to plan my book. So,
Yeah, Andy says, please rename Trello to Brittany already. All right. 55 people got the answer right, to visualize the work in progress, not to create project timelines. Let's look at why not. So timelines can be created by using the roadmap feature in Jira, and that's why you don't use Kanban boards for that specifically. You can use roadmaps.
Yep.
Awesome. Now, This is how it's going to look like. Let's look at a quick view of what the leaderboard is. Looks like Sue is up
Wow.
on top. We've got Funk Master Flex, Gayatri, Jacob, Joven, Rebecca. Good job, guys. Good job. This is an interim board. This is the quiz status as of now. So know that this is not the final leaderboard, because now it's time to get serious. You've
All right.
answered the softer questions, but now it's time to
Yeah,
actually
now
up the ante.
these are questions that you probably would find on the certification exam. Probably.
Yes. Probably. All right, Bob, go ahead. Take the
All
first
right.
one.
Here we go. All right. 64 or 5 players. Here we go. Question number 4. You must hide the components field and its values in several projects that share all their schemes. How should you do it? Hide the components field in field configurations. Remove the components field from all was that schemes? Screens.
Screens. Yeah.
Delete all components in the relevant projects. Remove the global field context for components. All right.
Hiding the
So we've got about
component.
30 seconds left now.
Yeah. But 45 people, 48 people already have answered. 49. How should you do it? How to hide component fields and its values in several projects that share their schemes, specifically share their schemes. I like that people are taking their time in answering questions as well, Bob.
This is. I'm not sure if Rodney's got the correct answer here.
All right, this is where things start to get tricky.
This is separating the men and women from the boys, right?
Yes. All right. So the correct answer is hide the components field in field configuration. Bob, tell them why.
So if you hide the field in the, it's the only way to hide both the field itself and its values. All right. And if the projects share the scheme, they have a single field configuration. So
that's right. And I think the most common other answer that we had was around 14 and 12, which is the option B and the option D. And you can read the details for that, why that it is incorrect. If you remove component from screen, the field itself gets hidden. And since component is a system field, it does not have a custom field content.
Right.
I hope that was able to clarify the question for the other people who were not able to answer this one correctly.
So I'm just reading the questions.
All right. Next question. Let's look at what the next question is. In a project, end users must categorize issues using a field name colors. They must manage the field option by themselves. Which field must they use? Custom field of type label, custom field of type select list, custom field of type select list single choice. The earlier option was multiple choice, or label system field. What type of field must they use if they have to manage the field options by themselves? All right, 38 people have answered. Again, I think people who are waiting and reading the question in detail, that's a good job, because that's what you got to do in your ACP exams as well. You have to read each line, understand what it means, and then answer the question. Bob, 7 more seconds. Which way are you thinking?
I don't know. Those are all pretty close. Oh,
quite a split of options. We've got the correct answer, which is the most number, 21, custom field of type labels. That is right. And why is it right? Let's have a look at that. It is the right answer because they need to rename it to color wheel and manage the available options by themselves. That was the key part. If they have to manage the option by themselves, they cannot go to system admin or site admin and ask them to keep updating the available options. That's the reason the select list and the multiple select option does not work in this scenario.
Right, because it's not customizable.
Yes. Awesome. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 6. We've got 61 players ready. I think we've got some dropouts, Bob. All right, go ahead.
Brandon is no longer receiving several of his filter subscriptions. Identify a possible cause. A group was deleted. B, a project role was deleted. C, a global permission was revoked. Or D, a notification scheme was modified.
Interesting question. I like the fact that the moment we asked the question, 8 people had already answered before you finished the question. I guess the stream's delay and like in showing up the question in the mobile might be causing a little bit in that, but still I think some really fast Jira admins.
All right, I'm looking at the alternate answers that some people are kind of putting up here. They're kind of
Brandon is no longer with the company. Yes, that is a good answer. Right, 4 seconds. 53. Oh, again a split. Oh, the first time the minority in the correct answers, Bob.
Ooh. Yes.
So go ahead, Bob.
All right, so we're going to have to go with our reasoning here of why A is the correct answer. It's because when you have filter subscriptions, those are based on individuals and groups. If you delete a group, the subscription is no longer being sent to the group members. So as far as D being incorrect, filter subscriptions don't go off of a notification scheme. And if you chose B or C, project roles aren't tied to filter subscriptions. It's users and groups. And then for C, the global permission is associated with creating filter subscriptions, not for receiving them.
Yes. But yeah, interesting that we got such a big split. The D was I think the biggest answer, that the notification scheme was modified.
Yeah.
Project notifications are not associated with filter subscriptions. All right, let's move on to the question number 7. Got 58 players ready. 59. Let's hit it. Let's see
Little
what
caution from Joanna. No dropping out. Keep hanging on.
Yes. You should see a custom field when creating issues in 2 projects that share all their schemes, but you can only see it in one project. Why? Because of field configurations, custom field context, screens, or project permissions. What is the reason you can only see it in one project when you should be seeing it in 2 projects and they share all their schemes? Custom field.
Custom field.
45 people have answered again. Okay, that's good. Rebecca says if I got that one wrong, I'm leaving. Oof. So right after this, next week maybe we can have Jira Admin's therapy session as part of the Jira Life podcast as well.
Possibly. We're not doing a guest because of the 4th of July holiday.
Awesome. So glad to see that the most number of people got the right answer, which is the custom field context, not the project permission, screens, or field configuration. And here's why. B is correct because the custom fields can have a custom field context configured for one project and not the other. And that might be the reason you're not seeing it. In terms of what is the next closest answer, which was 12 and project permissions, there are no project permissions related to seeing a custom field while creating issues. That could be a reason why that does not work. Same goes for C, which is the project share all schemes, including screens. So it would be either present for both or neither.
Right.
All right. Hope that helped. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 8. Okay, the numbers are coming back. 60 players.
All right.
Over to you.
Halfway through. Scott says that he cannot execute the approved transition successfully. Instead, he receives an error. Which configuration causes the error? A, a condition. B, a validator. C, a trigger. Or D, a custom event.
Which Scott? Like, let's start from there. Which Scott is asking this question? Cannot execute the approved transition. Custom event, trigger, validator, or condition. Jira therapy sessions brought to you by TGL.
That just makes my life easier as far as if we can't book anybody.
Yeah, we can definitely do that, right? Like we had the fails panel, we can have a therapy session or something like that.
Of course. All right. Winding down. Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Most everybody got it right. It's the validator. Now,
Wow.
well, you can see the transition, but you can't execute it. That's what a validator does. And so it's not a condition because he can see he can actually see the transition. And it's also not a trigger because triggers are used in conjunction with the development tools. So, and then, it's because he can't execute the transition, events aren't being done through a post function. So.
Awesome. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 9. Got 54 players ready. All right, let's enter the quiz. Let's look at what the question is. Users of 2 projects work in a single board. However, some users cannot move issues across the board or move issues between the 2 projects. Why? Because of board permissions, project permissions, global permissions, or security levels. We had to put a question of security levels in, right? I think
I was waiting for a security levels question. I'd be like, there were a few there that I was like, maybe it's security, and it wasn't an answer. So,
Are we influencing people? Why are we talking while people are answering questions? Because that's what a Jira Admin life is all about. People will put in a request and keep talking to you. Hey, how are you doing it? Why are you doing it? Why are you not doing it? All right. Rodney says DNS.
DNS is always the cause of many problems.
Yeah. Why can't some users move? And the answer is project permissions.
It is project permissions.
Why is that? It's project permissions because user need the transition issues project permission. If you go into project permissions, you'll find this transition issues permission to be able to transition or move issues across the workflow. They need the move issues and create issues permission in the target project to move issues across projects. So that's the reason. So that's the reason the correct answer is project permission and not board permissions. Because users can see the board, so they have access to the board filter, and they do not need to be a board admin to transition issues or move issues. Inside the board, the permissions in which the issue exists overrule the board permission. So that's the reason. That's the correct answer.
All right. So some helpful feedback. 5 seconds to read the questions is tricky. For the longer ones, if you're not a native English speaker, so we might be adjusting the timer in future episodes.
Definitely, we'll do that.
And John said he couldn't select security level, which probably did him a favor.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's come back to question number 10. We've got 57 people ready. Go ahead, Bob.
All right. Users see different options when editing a custom field on different issue types in different projects. What configuration causes this? A, field configuration. B, screen. C, field context. D, workflow conditions. Different options editing a custom field on different issue types in different projects.
All right. While you guys answer, we see 43 people have already answered. Joanna has made a really good point that on the real exam on the ACP, you have an average 3 minutes per question. Here, we've put 1 minute per question because, of course, we wanted to cover more questions in the 1 hour time so that we can have more, more experience. People get more answers and are able to tackle more scenarios. All right. Which configuration causes this? 54 people have answered. All right. People got that right, Bob?
Oh, wow. Excellent.
35% say field context, but some of them said field configuration as well. Tell them why field configuration is not the right answer.
So field configurations are wrong because what they do is they can show or hide the field itself, but they don't have any bearing on the individual values of the field. So really, we look at custom field context because if you have field context set up, you can have different values or options for different projects or different issue types in the same project. So that's why it is a field context, and Aaron Geister is apparently a big fan of that.
Perfect. All right, let's move on to the question number 11. Got 56 players ready. 57. Let's get started. A project has issue level security configured with 2 levels. However, Roy only sees one of them in the field dropdown. Why? It does not have the set issue security permission. It does not have edit issues permission. He is not in a group or project role, or the other level is marked as the default. Issue level security is configured with 2 levels, but Roy only sees one of them. Why?
This is for you, John. We have an issue level security question just for you.
Yes. Now, all 4 answers could probably help out, but there is only one correct. Which one do you think? 41 people have already answered. 20 people are taking their time reading through things. Good aspect of being a smart Jira admin, I would say. All right, 4 more seconds. 50 people, 51. All right, the majority has won again. He is not in a group or project role, but we got quite a lot of people answering the set issue security and edit issues permission as well. Let's look at why that's not the case. It's not A because since Roy can select one of the 2 levels, he already has the set issue level security project permission. Since Roy can see the dropdown, he already has edit issues permission as well. But the reason why Roy can only see one option is because he's not in a group or a project role. And it is possible because he might not have access to the other level. You must be in that security level that you want to choose from the dropdown to select that specific security level. All right, John, hope you got that right. Yep, as John said, he missed it because he answered too fast. Maybe. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question number 12. Bob, over to you.
All right, question number 12. Here we go. You want to ensure that all newly created filters and dashboards are visible to everyone in your Jira instance by default. How should you configure this? A, create a new dashboard and share it with any logged in user. B, add all newly created filters onto new filter results gadgets on the system dashboard. C, modify default user preferences and change default access to public. D, grant share dashboards and filters global permission to public.
Oh, for a second, I think we had an audio issue.
I know. People are still apparently thinking.
16 seconds. Haven't had anybody answer. Is it internet issue?
It might be a connection issue on. I guess we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, I think there was an issue. Oh, got it. I guess let me refresh that. Maybe you can go back and come back to this question. Not a great experience for Mentimeter themselves. Oh, we actually got the answers. People were on their phone able to answer. I think it was just on the stream that it got stuck.
Yeah, they were actually seeing.
On phone, they were able to probably have it open. But there was an issue, as I can see from the comments.
Yeah.
All right. There was some issue, team, but I think we're back. We got most people, 30, 40, 45 or 50 people hitting it, but only 14 of them got the right answer. I think we need to spend a little time on this reasoning.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So C is correct. The system setting there ensures that all newly created filters and dashboards are visible to everyone by default. Now, most people are familiar with the global permissions share dashboards and filters, but that's allowing them to mark a dashboard as public and visible, but it doesn't ensure that they're automatically shared with everyone on creation. So a new dashboard on creation. The first option, creating a new dashboard, sharing it with any logged in user, that only affects that one particular dashboard. The system dashboard, adding all of changing the filters, results, gadgets on the system dashboard still only affects the system dashboard.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently David is willing to be the scapegoat. And David now probably has a new job with Funman Andy.
Awesome. There seems to be a lag on the internet at my end also. I think that might have caused the issue. But I think we are back. So let's move on to the next question.
Okay. Yeah, that's a little more zippy now.
Yeah. Okay, we got 58 people ready. Let's start the quiz. Anna wants to assign an issue to Bob. She can see that Bob is the issue reporter, but she can't find him to select him as the assignee. Why? Anna does not have assign issues permission. Bob does not have assign issues permission. Bob is not a member of the issue security level, or Bob's user access was suspended. Why is Anna not able to assign an issue to Bob? Bob, what are you doing? Why is she not able to assign the issue to you?
Because I'm being a clever Jira admin and fixing it so that she can't assign it to me.
Nice. All right, 45 people have answered. Let's see, 12 more seconds. Why is Anna not able to assign an issue to Bob?
I like Wyle's answer.
Bob didn't get the memo. Anna as well. Wow. The lowest answer is Bob's user access was suspended. Is that have I not correctly done? Did that? Oh, wait a second. There might be an issue here. No, that is an issue. That is an issue at my end. I think we got some issue because of which it didn't pull that one correctly. We'll come back to that question. I'll fix that question right away and we'll ask that question again. But in the interim, Bob, let's move on to the next question.
Okay.
Let me fix that question right now.
You want me to read it? You renamed an issue type from mobile to request. What error may result as from this change? A, mapping of issue types to workflows. B, mapping of issue types to field configurations. C, issue type schemes. D, saved filters. So what error might result from renaming an issue type from mobile to request?
All right, 47 people have answered. Most of them got it correct.
Yep. Save filters.
Perfect. That is the right answer. And I was able to sort the other question as well. Just give me a second. Let me reset the result on that one so that we can go back. And let me there we go. I think we should be able to get that question back again. So let's see if people can take advantage of the tech issue that we had and score a little more freebie, easier points. The same question again, people.
Same question again. So
yeah.
A, Anna does not have assigned issues permissions. B, Bob does not have assigned issues permissions. C, Bob is not a member of the issues security level. Or D, Bob's user access was suspended. And then there are a few alternate answers that aren't there, like not competent enough to fix the issue.
Yeah.
Or I was at lunch. Or I didn't get the memo.
I was reaching out to people. Whatever be the reason, why was Anna not able to assign to Bob? All right, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 50 people have answered. Now people have responded saying that Bob's user.
Oh, and Sajid apparently has frozen, so we're gonna go with yes. You cannot assign issues to suspended users.
Suspended users. Yeah, we kind of revealed the answer there incorrectly, but this is the correct reason. You cannot assign issues to suspended users, and you need assignable user permission and not assign permission. Rodney says Bob was busy recording TGR. But yeah, that's the correct answer. And now we can move on to the next question, which we had already done, the mobile to request one. So we will now look at the final question of the quiz. 15th question. Let's see if you can get this one right.
This is for all the glory.
There you go. Let's go ahead. Which configuration ensures that the created versus resolved issues report shows the correct
The correct counts of created and resolved issues. Let's see. A is workflow includes the closed status.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
The workflow includes the resolved status. C, the project board includes the resolve column. Or D, the resolution field is set correctly in the workflow.
Why? Have you used created versus resolved issues report, Bob?
I have. I usually show that on demos.
Oh, nice.
All right. And there might have to be something with Mentimeter. Apparently there we have some crashes.
Aaron says he can't select again. Again, being the first time, we hope that this does not. Yeah, some people were not able to answer the final question, I guess. But still, let's look at the correct.
Okay, so Jeet has frozen again, and
Menti is definitely causing some issues.
Yep.
All right. Sorry, guys. The last question, it seems like there was some issue, but I think we were able to get the question right. Some people were able to answer. Let's look at the reasoning, Bob.
Right. So we're using a creative versus resolved. Well, on that report, we're looking at what's considered resolved. And basically that means that we have a resolution field set correctly in the workflow. Either it's set automatically through a post function, or you prompt the user to set the resolution through a transition screen. Now the created count's always going to be based upon on issue creation. So that's always going to be correct. So it has nothing. So creative versus resolved has nothing to do with status, and it has nothing to do with the column.
Perfect. All right. Now that we've covered all 15 questions, I think we are just about good on the time. Let's look at the final leaderboard, Bob.
All right. Is there a drum roll I should be doing?
Yeah, maybe we could do or as Andy would say, like the standard tempo.
There we go.
Let's look at the leaderboard. All right. Trudy, Paula, Inayat. And this is the final. Trudy C with 13,404 points is the winner of today's quiz. Congratulations, Trudy. We've got Paulo, Juvin, Stefan, Rebecca, Inayat, Chris, Jakob, Funkmaster Flex, Sue's in there as well. Good to see Sue's being in the first place when we did the softball questions, but she still kept her 10th position in the leaderboard. All right, Trudy, congratulations. You have won the first edition of Are You Smarter Than a Jira Admin? Let's see what are your prizes. This is what you get. Trudy, you get a $100 gift card from Atlassian Community. Paulo, I believe, second place holder gets a $50 gift card. Third place, I believe it was Inayat. Let me just have no. I think it changed after we had done the final. No, Inayat. Jovin. It was Jovin's son in the third place with a $25 gift card. But all 10 of you get free 100% vouchers from the Atlassian University. Thank you, Joanna, for that. You all do get special digital badge on your Atlassian community profile. We'll get a post out on the training and community group to tell you how it does, and the entire list will be published in there with the honor roll as well. And of course, there will be custom swag that I will reach out to you for as well. Bob, what do you think about our leaderboard?
I think all of those people that are in that leaderboard, as well as some of the people that put in their comments, are true Jira admins. They know their stuff. Somehow I'm not surprised that Trudy made it to the top of the leaderboard. It was just,
Of course. But yeah, congratulations everybody. Thank you for joining in. While before we go, new certification alert. There is a new Confluence Essential certificate that is now out. These are the topics that are covered in that specific certification. No more at university.atlassian.com. It's called ACA Confluence Essentials. Check that new certification out. And a final question. Did you enjoy your first Are You Smarter Than a Jira Admin challenge? We know that there were some internet issues, but just like the cyber trucks window exploding or Microsoft computer hanging, first episodes of any or launch event of any episode has to have some snacks. What do you think?
Oh, I think there were definitely going to be some problems. This is the first show. This there's going to be a lot more pressure on you, Andy, for number 2. We're going to see what we can change up. So actually, next quiz. So next show is
on 26th of July, which is Are You Smarter Than a Confluence Admin? So if you're a Confluence admin, this is where you got to be. You got to prove your mettle in front of online Andy, also known as the other Andy. But yeah, you gotta step it up to the Confluence unofficial spokesperson and answer some questions. I'll be there as well. But yeah, that's the next one on 26th July 2024. Thank you everybody for playing in. We have good feedback. We have our next steps sought for us. We will push all of this content out on the Atlassian community. You will all be able to see the videos on the YouTube channel. If you are again on the YouTube channel as well, do hit subscribe and join the QuizWiz YouTube community so that you get notification anytime our new episodes come out. You can see all the previous QuizWiz episodes in there as well. How Bob won that amazing crown that he's wearing right now, if you want to check that out. Or if he's got that medal from the second edition, we can probably how he won that.
How I achieved heartbreak on the last possible question on the last possible episode of season 2.
Yes. Yeah. So if you want to check that out, hit subscribe, join the Ace QuizWiz community, and check out the other videos in the channel. But we will see you on 26th July. Thank you, everybody. Congrats, Trudy, and everybody on the leaderboard. Thank you, Joanna. Thank you, Atlassian community, Tamanna, Stephanie, Lana, everybody from the creator program, Lauren, Andrew. Thank you, everybody, for joining and supporting the group. And of course, the Brain Trust, the people who made this quiz possible and will take this forward. And hopefully we won't have any other issues. Thank you, everybody, and have a good day.
Thank you, everybody.